Yeah, so it's like 100 ways for me to tell this story, and I've just been perplexed about how to tell such a
Such a
critical
well, I mean,
story.
even as you tell that story, there's so many different dynamics to it. We go from the little soldiers aspect, we go to, fast forward years later with, P making announcements of yourself, and Slay Sean and a few other artists. I mean, actually, can we'll rewind quickly before that, because our first kind of major introduction, I guess, to you on a solo tip was on the No Limit Soldiers compilation. It was a track called "Bring My Banners." Bring My Banners.
Holy shit, that got a story. Now the
Yeah,
story with that.
that's why I mentioned it.
Check this out. This is the story to that. Okay, just say I go to Cali, like I told you, on a Wednesday, right?
Yep.
I meet Master P on that Wednesday on the plane. So, everything happens with us. And so now I'm excited that I met Master P, because this is a potential way into the game.
Of
And
course.
I've been trying for 9 years to get in the game at that point. So anyway, that night, you with me so far?
Yeah, I'm with you. That same
Right.
night.
That same night, I hear that Taheem is in LA. Taheem is BUSTA RHYMES.
Okay.
That's my man. That's one of my childhood friends.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I hear he's in town. So I go to where he's at, but they won't let me in. I go through the back. They won't let me in. And I'm like, yo, man, go grab. I'm talking to the guy. I said, yo, that's my brother for real. Like, not my blood. I'm being real honest with the guy. I'm in the back. I'm like, yo, it's not my blood brother, but we're brothers. Like, I fuck him up on Tekken all the time. Like, I whoop his ass. You know what I mean? So anyway, for some reason, the man said, man, he kind of believed me, I guess. I said, yo, go get Spliff Star. So he went and go get Spliff Star. Now, Spliff coming out cussing. He a Brooklyn motherfucker. He come out, what the fuck? Who was the fuck out here? He saw me, he said, oh shit, peace, God, what up? Blah, blah, blah. So he pulls me in the back. He pulls me and my man in the back. We go out there. Everybody's in the Black Eyed Peas is in Busta Rhymes dressing rooms. Bus is in there. Man, Bus going crazy because we ain't seen each other in a couple months. And he's wondering what the fuck you doing in LA. You know what I mean? So I told him about Master P and this, that, and the third.
Okay.
And so
that must have been a surprise.
So that day, that night, inside the dressing room, Black Eyed Peas. I told Busta about my sons getting signed by Master P, which they wasn't signed yet, but Master P had an ear for them. And so when I told him that, he never signed me. You got to understand where I'm going with the story. Busta Rhymes knew me for all these years. He never signed me. Never. He never tried to get me signed. And I am not looking at it as a bad thing, but he just never did. That's just wasn't no New York shit. Niggas wasn't pulling niggas in like that.
Right.
So we were in the dressing room. And I told him about my sons and Master P and shit. And he was like, "Yo, well," I said, "Yeah." Master P said they the hottest artists he heard from the East. I was being sarcastic because I was a little bitter that he never signed me. So I threw a little shot at him, a little gut shot. I love him, but I threw a shot at him anyway for not ever signing. And so he said, "Put it in, put the tape in." I kept the tape with me from now. The tape don't leave my pocket. So I put one of the tapes in. I put the tape in, and everybody's just talking. It's Rod Digger was in there, Baby Sham, Split Star, Busta Rhymes, KRS-One, the Black Eyed Peas sitting on the couch. So nobody was listening while I put this music in. So I took it out. Soon as I took it out, Busta was like, "Yo, why you take that shit out, God?" I was like, "I'm gonna just wait till you finish talking." He was talking to a known weed seller from New York named Branson. If you ever know.
Yeah, I didn't heard his name in a whole bunch of stuff. So
He was talking to Branson at the time, who's from uptown.
Okay.
So I took the tape out, and he's like, "Yo, why you do that?" And I was like, "Cause I'll just wait till you finish talking to Branson, and then I'll play it for you." He was like, "Well, if it was hot like you said, then I would have heard." So I said, "What?" And so he asked the Black Eyed Peas, Will I Am. Will I Am was sitting on the couch, and he kind of threw his weight on Will I Am. He was like, "Yo, was that hot?" And Will I Am was stuttering. He was like, well, I really couldn't understand it. I don't know what's going on." And then he asked the other Oriental looking brother.
I think
And he was
Taboo,
like,
Taboo or something. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know his name. I never knew the names because he fucked up. As soon as he opened his mouth, he fucked up. He don't understand. He don't know that East Coast shit. We battle rap. So as soon as he said something slick out his mouth, I said, I battle any one of y'all right now, pointing to all three of the Black Eyed Peas.
Okay, yeah.
So Busta Rhymes got mad at me. He's like, yo, don't talk to my company like that. You want to battle me? And I said, I don't give a fuck. So that's when everybody gathered around right in Busta's dressing room. Everybody gathered around, and Busta went first. So Busta went and shit, and you know he's talking crazy, talking some, you know how he rhyme. He was talking.
Of course, yeah.
My man, Wise Ruler, is standing beside me. I looks at him and I laugh like I'm about to kill this nigga. Like, all I do is battle. People don't understand. If you go to Rock a Block channel and listen to a song called Turn It Up, you'll understand where I'm coming from with this, you know, how I get down when it comes to these lyrics and all that. So anyway, I looks at my man, I laugh. I tore Busta up the first round. Blah, blah, blah. Shit it. Right, so it was something light, but it really wasn't light. I took his joint out. Whatever he did, I took it out. So now he puts down the Big Face 100. This is the first time I saw the Big Face 100. This was '98. That's when they came out. So you know this story is authentic.
Yep.
He put the Big Face 100 on the floor. He said, after this, you ain't gonna want to spit no more. You ain't gonna want to do nothing. So I hit the joint. I laughed again. Ripped him out, you little bastard. I put you in casket. You get your ass kicked. You mad. I was just back-to-back lyrics with him.
Yeah.
That's all I did with Bus. I just kept hitting him with back-to-back lyrics. And so he snatched his money, and it was time for him to go on the stage. So he goes on stage. I'm right with him and shit. Me, MOP, KRS-One, everybody was there. Ice-T, Wyclef, Lauren, everybody was there that night. That night, and this is the funny shit is that the people I kept saying, you know, I met Master P yesterday. I don't know the industry at this point, but everybody's trying to talk to me. I don't know why, but they taking pictures with me. They talking to me. I'm like, me and my man's is bugging out. And my man's is like, yo, you just got that magnetic, you know, you just draw people in. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So Busta Rhymes gets on stage. We going crazy. Me and Foxy Brown is standing at the steps while he's on stage. We right there at the steps, me and Foxy Brown. This is when I realized she had ugly feet. I almost threw up. So, dead ass. She had on glass slippers. I'll never forget it. And it was just, the toes was no good.
Damn. Hammer time? Shit. Huh? Hammer time.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that movie Boomerang when
Oh yeah. She had the what they call it,
hammer time.
Yo, for real. Like if you ever look at any pictures, dead ass serious. So it kind of fucked me up because I'm really a toe man, seriously. And honestly, I'm not no pretty foot nigga myself, but I don't like to see a woman with toes.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, exactly. Come on, man.
And toes don't make a person. Don't get me wrong, but for me, it meant something. So I was trying to enjoy Busta's show, and I'm looking at the toes at the same time. I was fucked up. So anyway, Busta comes off the stage for Public Enemy to get on, and I had New Chuck D as well. Chuck D and Flav got on there and went crazy. So when Busta was leaving, people were still taking pictures of me and shit. And so I was like, I kept calling him. I was like, yo, Buzz. He was just mingling in the back. I was like, yo, Buzz. And he wasn't. He was ignoring me or couldn't hear me, one. So then I said, yo, Taheem Allah. And he looked, and I walked up to him. I said, yo, God, what's the science? He said, yo, God, you tried to fight me and shit. I said, huh? I was perplexed. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He's like, yeah, you tried to fight me and shit like that in front of my company and shit. I said, yo, God, that's just how I rhyme. This is why Master P ended up calling me Short Circuit.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because I snap lyrically, and it's not to hurt anyone. It's just how the rhymes come out when I Right,
how
or
you
whatever.
deliver. Well, I remember P saying on I think it was one of on the outro actually, and I think it could have been the Game Face album, which I ain't gonna talk too much about. But actually, I may ask you a bit about that because that was like the universal side of No Limit. So but I
Right.
remember he didn't shouted you out, and it was one of the deepest songs on the album, and he was like, short circuit. If you don't blow no fuse, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. So that kind of gave the
Yeah.
impression that he had a lot of
Right.
love and respect for you, and even had plans and stuff that he wanted to do. I guess at that
Yeah.
Universal stage with No Limit East. What sort of happened with that? Why didn't the fans get to receive that No Limit East album that they were waiting
Well,
for?
No Limit East, what happened, I started No Limit East, and then he signed Slay Sean, an official,
And okay,
from him.
so
Okay,
now if I
Slay
remember,
Sean,
official from Philly,
Slay Sean is from Far Rockaway, Queens,
Okay, all right.
from Far Rock. So what happened with that was Slay Sean ended up having a lot to do with Romeo's first project. And so
There was a fallout.
I want to don't get me off the subject on how that song you brought up, "Bring My Burners." I was telling you the story about "Bring My Burners." It
Okay.
had a lot to do with Busta Rhymes. But anyway, I'll go back to that after this.
Yeah, we're gonna get
So
back to it.
so Master P signed Slay Sean and official for the No Limit East thing, and I'm the capo of that. You know what I mean? So Slay Sean started doing things for the Romeo project. And then he turned around and tried to sue Master P for things about the Romeo project. You got to understand something. This was just greedy people.
Yeah, I remember
Master
hearing
P,
that.
Master P made Master P made me brother these men. He made me brother Slay Sean, official, and this one and that one. We ain't play at the tank, man. I don't know if you ever heard. It wasn't no games at the tank, man.
Yeah.
Everybody on the tank got a $40,000 Rolex on their arm, $80,000 with insurance. Everybody on No Limit got a bank account. Everybody on No Limit got a car and a house. That's what you get when you sign with No Limit.
Yep.
You understand? So Slay Sean, who had no voice before Master P, and I didn't either, he decides to sue Master P. And when he did that, it's like a sue. Beats by the Pound was going through some shit legally with Master P at the same time. So Master P was looking around like, what the fuck? Everybody's attacking me, and he's really trying to help people.
Of course, you could.
Yeah, he was trying to really help people and get them out the projects and out the streets and out of killing and murdering and drug selling.
Of course.
He was really.
I mean, it's crazy. Sometimes people on the outside, you can see it sometimes, because I feel as though a lot of the No Limit fans, and not all of them, but there's a lot that definitely saw that from the outside, and they felt as though if they didn't got the opportunity, they wouldn't have did the same thing. But as we know, sometimes jealousy, greed, or whatever it is, different things can get in the way with people.
Man, this brother saved my life, for real. He talked a gun out of my hand with over 100 police outside of my doorstep, man.
Praise is due to a lot, yeah.
Hip hop. This is true story shit. You know what I mean? This man put up millions and millions of dollars from knowing me for 8 days, man, and only met me twice. But it was the 8th day that I met him that I was worth millions after that. From 8 days later, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This wasn't somebody you backstab or sue or something like that. I would never sue Master P. There's nothing on the planet Earth that can get me to sue Master P. There's nothing on this planet Earth that can get me to probably say a bad word about him. You know what I mean?
That's real.
It's just happened. Like I said, again, me and Master P started from a code, and it was a code that was in the eyes. It wasn't in the words, well, kind of in the words, but it was more eye contact of me and a man seeing another man and saying, okay, yeah, that's a man.
Yep.
So it's no way I could turn around and bite the hand that feeds me. You don't do that. You fucking eat your own hand before you do that. You don't never do that, because at the end of the day, if you're on your deathbed, you fuck around and have to apologize for some shit like that, and that'll be the worst.
Yep. Well,
That's the
they
worst
even
way.
tell you in, you know, it's like they say even in the old Shaolin code, you know, never outshine the master. And a lot of people, they don't
Right,
really understand these concepts. And
right.
but you know,
Because
actually,
of step down.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna use that on a note to get back to the bring my burners, because we sort of touching on that. It all ties in, because I was gonna ask, you know, just being with No Limit, what was, did you think that other, maybe other artists in different camps or were a bit jealous and maybe No Limits notoriety or stature, or you even being involved as it, you know, being the East Coast heavyweight coming in and read, because like you said at the time, even for what you would have achieved and what you would have gotten from the situation with No Limit, there'd have been plenty of rappers that would have been in the game trying to do this, trying to do that, and you know, and you would have been out there like not like balling at them, but you you know, let's see, you would have
Right.
without
But
and from the outside, without them understanding maybe your story or your struggle, they probably thinking you'd have got it easy, or you know, how did you get to that spot?
right, and like okay, so we're back at the bring my burners. Like I said, this was the same day that I met P, and we're at the show, and everything that I said happened. And at the end of Busta Rhymes' show, I kept calling him and he didn't respond. Then I said his 5%er name, which is Tahim Allah. And
Okay.
so when I did that, he paused and I walked up to him and I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Yo, you tried to fight me. I'm offended. It was, company around and this, that, and the third." And I tried to explain to him that that's just how I rhyme. But from the way he was acting, I didn't want to go back to his dressing room. So I just stayed and mingled amongst the crowd and shit like that. And this is when I started taking pictures with every fucking body. And Janet Jackson's manager came up to me. And he wanted me to, he wanted me to have his number, and this was going on because this is what I didn't know that happened. To make a long story short, Master P was worth hundreds of millions, more than all these people that was in there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't have no idea that. So these people wanted to be connected to the money. This is why they was talking and taking pictures with me.
Got you.
I didn't know that.
I
So
got yep.
anyway, I leave there. I think I did go say peace to Busta Rhymes and shit and Spliff before I left. Those my brothers, I do love them. So I did say peace and I just peeled out. But I was mad as fuck. I was tight that I had to battle him for one. I was uptight that he never signed me or helped to sign me or looked out. I was tight about all this shit was just coming down on me. So long story short, when Master P's, after all the standoff with the police and everything, when he signed me, he's like, okay, we're going to sign you. So when he signed me, my first joint was Bring My Burners. Now, if you remember Busta Rhymes, one of his things he's famous for is that,
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So what I did, my first line was all that rah rah. Damn, Sonny, you
Funny.
Why you
I'm
do
doing
it
for the money. I'm still hungry.
Right. So that was to him.
Okay.
So I battled him on that first joint.
Crazy.
On the first joint. So everybody was going, because that's the first time on No Limit when they had a song with no hook. It was just straight rhymes.
Yeah, you're right. I remember it was. I think it was the last song on the compilation. It was just bars all the way through.
Right. And so they was blown away like, yo, this dude ain't even stopped. He just kept going. So I don't know how long it is, but at the time for a verse, it was long to people. They was like, God damn, he's still going.
Yeah, because I mean, I think those people weren't really pushing it past the 16 bar point that quite then, not on records anyway.
Mm-hmm. At that time, it was either 4, 8, or 16.
Yep.
I went 96 or something like that. I went, I did crazy.
Of course, I mean, rappers like The Game got a lot of credit for it years later with 96 bars and all that. Right. But real spitters done been doing that from back in the game.
Right. So I did that, And Master P, he knew what I was doing. I told him, I tell, cause we real. I tell him everything. You know what I mean? So I told him what was going down. He let it rock. But I just after that song, like most of every song was back at Busta again until he got tired of it. He's like, all right, that's enough, freak. That's enough. And so what he did to get me to stop battling Busta Rhymes is he actually called Busta Rhymes down to No Limit. And when he called him down to No Limit, I love P, man. When he called him down to No Limit, he brought him into the office before he was set to do a song with Mystical. Remember, they had the same kind of energy in those days.
I remember.
He called Mystical in the room. I mean, he called Busta Rhymes in the room, and he had the Little Soldiers Close to You video playing. He said, yo, you know the Young Gods? He's speaking like the East Coast. He's like, yo, you know the Young Gods? He's like, oh, shit. He's like, yeah, that's my brother's kids, blah, blah, blah. And so that's how it stopped.
It kind of, yeah.
That's what put it. Master P stopped it.
That's crazy.
Because he already knew I was dead serious about everything I was saying, and then every song was dedicated to fucking Busta Up for whatever happened in L.A.
Yeah.
And so that's what Bring My Burners come from.
I'm
battling Busta Rhymes.
That is crazy. On that note, just on a quick note before we move from that one, because we're gonna get onto another diss record, but did you ever get any word back from Bust to say that he didn't heard that or that he
Yeah, he heard it. It split us up. He heard it, but like I said, Busta was the type of, he's so confident of an artist. He's so confident of an artist. He doesn't know when he loses. You know, like I said, When I did the first battle with him inside of his dressing room, we had 3 joints each. He hit 3 joints, I hit 3 joints. He didn't win none of the joints. KRS-One was right there. I got the picture. If you look at the picture, my eyes is bloodshot red from short circuiting on Bust. You know, Bust thought he was the energy guard until he met me, lyrically.
Yeah, I hear you.
You understand what? And so when it came to this right here, when he heard this, I'm like a lump on your spine doesn't get flesh when I lead a crime. I'm like a lump under your spine, under your flesh when I lead. When he heard that, it was a rap. He already know. So he knew that battle was.
He said you want to battle like I got too many rides. I think you.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. I'm glad you know that shit. But y'all went stupid on there, you know.
Yep.
And it was, to me, it was light work. I was being nice.
No, I hear you. I mean, you see what it is. I being as a rapper myself, and I want to say this the best possible way because that's one of those songs where I can listen to it and kind of rap it word for word, and I mean this with the utmost respect. I know what you mean when you say you went light because it's easy to go over it, but when you really go with it word for word, bar for bar, that shit hard as nails. So I know what you mean. You done kept it light, but it's still fucking hard as hell.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. But so when I saw him in Atlanta, him and Nelly. I saw him and Nelly in Atlanta. He said, "You still mad at me? You still trying to kill me and all this?" I said, "Nah, man, I love you, this, that, and the third." We was in Atlanta at a club, and him and Nelly was together. He said, "Man, yo, come take a drink with me and Nelly and this, that, and the third." So I hung out with him and Nelly that night, and you know, it pretty much was the beef was pretty much over.
Okay.
You know, the beef was pretty much over and shit at that point. And you know, he let me know he heard the joint. And you know, he felt like, you know, yeah, God, you trying to kill me and this, that, and the third, but I love the joint. You know, the under your flesh. He hit that part. When he hit that part,
okay, so you know.
Yeah, when he hit that, I said, "Holy shit! Like, you play this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was trying to question him because although I was upset with him, I still love him. So it was like it's like fighting your little brother. And he's way bigger than me. But it's like fighting your little brother. Like, yo, did you get the lesson, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to question him like you and me are talking right now. I wanted to question him in depth to like what what got you? Like, this, that, you know, what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I never got to do it. I'd seen him maybe once after that. You know what I'm saying? Me and Spliff and all that, and Scratch actually, Busta Rhymes DJ, was the only one who could beat me in Tekken. I used to kill Bus. Me and Bus used to play. When he go on tour, he'd call me wherever he at. Yo, come over here and get your ass whooped. So I end up on a plane, a train, or a car, and go to whatever hotel, and we and him would be playing until he got to perform. This is just how we used to do it for years.
And Tekken crazy.
You know what I mean?
Oh. You remember?
You know what's funny? The funny shit is before I met Master P, long before, a year before I met Master P, Busta Rhymes called me a Sunday morning. And when he called me a Sunday morning, I'll never forget it. It was a Sunday morning. It was maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I was in the bed with my wife, and he called me. And he said, "Peace, God." I said, "Peace." I said, "Yo, what's going on?" And he was like, "Yo, they just shot Biggie." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yo, they just shot Biggie." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "I'm in LA right now. They just shot Big and shit. Yo, turn on the radio and find out what they saying. Find out what they saying about me." And I was like, "All right, God, I got you." He said, "Yo, I'll hit you back later on or whatever." Now, Busta and I had a mutual friend. His name is Fendi. Fendi is the guy who discovered Nicki Minaj.
Okay, yeah.
He the guy that you ever saw the Notorious movie?
I didn't have his name and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Fendi is the guy who discovered the guy who played Biggie as well.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Gravy.
So anyway, yeah, Gravy, right? So I wake up. I'm up now. I wake up my wife. I'm like, "Yo, they just shot Biggie in L.A." She's like, "What?" And so I turns on the radio like Bus told me to do, and shit. Now I wasn't hearing nothing. So I start calling all the young guards like, "Yo, Buster just called me." Everybody know I hung with Bus, so I was calling all the guards and shit. I was like, "Yo, Buster just told me Biggie got shot." Da, 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 da. I'm spreading the word. You know what I mean? Sure enough. Later on that morning, maybe like 7 o'clock, they start talking about it. But they didn't say nothing about about Busta. They didn't say nothing about him. And so it struck me years later that he would call and tell me Biggie got shot, but he wants to know about his name. That's in my book. That was strange to me that he did that. That's a true story. He really asked me, "Yo, see what they saying about me?" That's what he said.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes said that to me. He said, "Yo, see what they saying about, me in the shooting." He was right there with Biggie. But they didn't mention him like in the main story. In the detailed story, he was mentioned, but in the main story, he wasn't. And years later, that just struck me as odd of him calling
And
for
saying that at that point. Yeah.
That's just. I don't think he had nothing to do with anything like that. I think it's just Biggie was a big boy at the time, like he was that dude. And for Busta could get you 1 or 2 or 3 hits. Biggie gonna be, every song is gonna be a hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he was looking for a stardom, some type of coming, like, Busta Rhymes was with Biggie type shit to keep him famous or something.
That gonna have
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Not to discredit Busta Rhymes, is very talented, very compassionate about music, and his art to do it, and his performance is second to none. The only person that can outdo Busta and Spliff is, to me, Chuck D and Flavor Flav. That's the only people that I've seen kill a stage like them, better than them.
What? Okay.
You got Flavor Flav jumping from a 50-feet speaker onto the floor. This is what I'm trying to tell people, with his legs moving to control the fucking air. For he's jumping from a big ass speaker onto the stage, onto his feet, no fear nor nothing.
Crazy.
This is the only reason why he's a bigger hype man than Spliff Star. That's the only reason. But yeah, that bugged me out about Taheem.
Busta.